We ready. We ready. You ready?
Let's do it.
We're live now. Mirepoix.
What's good, fam?
Dude, it's been a minute. Welcome back, our taste buds.
Yeah, buddy.
Dog, I feel like I don't even remember how to do this no more, man.
Oh,
I feel like I don't remember how to do this no more.
Well, you know, we gotta talk about who we are. Welcome to the Mirepoix podcast. You know what I'm saying? We are the two gentlemen, the host of this, where we talk about our expertise in the industry. We bring our experiences. We do some delicious food and cocktails. But yeah, go ahead and tell them what the Mirepoix is.
So, for those that have forgotten, the Mirepoix is a French culinary term describing pretty much the greatest flavor base known to French culinary cooking. Our Mirepoix is a reduction by you, the viewers, to our charm, our personality, our expertise, and everything that makes us so special, simmered down by you, the viewer. Now, of course, I am one of your hosts, Gilberto Casimiro Valdez Arias, as always joined by the enigmas.
Yes, I am Chef Kai's from Chef Kai's Experience, where we provide the best luxurious dining experience in the comfort of your own home or the environment of your choosing. And man, we have so much to tell you guys. It's been about 4 months.
No. It only feels that long. It's been like 5 weeks, bro. It's been like
5 weeks, right?
No, our last episode was in the beginning of July, and then you went on vacay, I went on vacay, you went on vacay.
It's been too long.
It's been far too long.
It's too long. If you can't tell, we are definitely in a new location. So, still partners, but no longer roommates. Gilberto got his crib. And I'm playing stepdaddy and in-house chef 7 days a week, 24/7. So
the father that stepped up, all right.
Hey, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. But it's a interesting time to be alive, man. And yeah, we just gotta get y'all caught up. This is gonna be pretty much considered season 2 of the Mirepoix. So a lot of things that we're changing. We're trying to switch it up. Always growing, always elevating. So we're gonna call this segment the pre-shift. So anybody who doesn't know, if you're in the restaurant industry, pre-shift is pretty much the things that you get out the way in terms of what needs to be done prior to the shift starting. So our pre-shift
communication.
So our pre-shift is going to be getting y'all caught up on the things that we've been doing. So do you wanna start that off?
Man, I know we both got a lot to say. I know we both got a lot to get rolling. So yeah, I'll kick things off. So while I was gone, vacation mode, living the dream, living the blast. Sorry I never take photos or capture content. I might end up releasing something for y'all later, but anywho, went down to Mexico.
Nice.
Went down to Playa del Carmen, went down to Cancun, had myself a blast. Got to pet some tigers, got to visit my ancestral birthing grounds, which are the Great Pyramids, and played around that. Came back, started focusing on, hey, how can I get bigger? How can I get better? The guild's been going for a few months now, and it feels like it started plateauing. And the only way to defeat that feeling is to kick it back up. So I was meditating for a whole week while Kais was on his vacation. Come back, I go drive up, or I fly up to where was Washington? Tell my friend drive back down. And that was, I could talk for hours on how that journey went.
We got time, man.
It was. We'll be diving into a little more. This is just the teasers of what's to come. But it was a fun drive back. Came back, had one of my good friends in town, so I think about, all right, what's next? Not just for friendships and all that, but for the businesses, for my role there, and my role here, and how we can build and grow and all the beautiful fun things. And then it started happening. So
it's happening.
If you have not been to it yet, theguild.net, the website has launched. Many more things to come with it. The Instagram is live at The Guild TX. Our Facebook page is live at The Guild. And then we also have our first public event.
Yeah, buddy.
Hold on. Which one of these buttons does it again? But y'all get the idea. The button is there. But with that, first public event coming up.
That's what's up, man.
As y'all know, the Guild has been in the private sector for a really long time. Whether it was just doing private events, people's birthdays, anniversaries, whatever special thing you want to get rolling, the Guild is here for you. For those that don't know, the Guild is a collection of highly talented individuals led by myself and my greatest skill set, which is being the best leader around.
Let 'em know.
Bring together all these cool entrepreneurs that do amazing things. So whenever you book us for an event, you book a whole bunch of different entrepreneurs that have their pride and their name on the line, being guided by the greatest around to give you the Guild guarantee. But to that end, we did a lot of public events in other people's names, you know, whether it was for other people's businesses, for launch parties, release parties, whatever it may be. But we're finally doing the first Guild. Y'all can see the little banner right below. Boom, Neo Soul Night. Tickets right now are $45 to get you through the door. Come partying and come vibing with us. I'll dive into more of what that event is, but definitely you can scan the QR code or just go to my website, theguild.net, check it out, and I'm gonna make us some quick round of shots to kind of get us back in the groove of things.
Oh, yeah,
Why you wanna know what you've been up to, Playboy?
So this past weekend, did 3 back-to-back events.
Boss.
And one of my favorite takeaways or realizations from doing these events was all 3 were returning clients.
Hey.
The Cosimo Winery, the African American Chambers of Commerce. Shout out to them for allowing me to do their chef tasting appearance of wines at Cosimo in a beautiful venue. Friday would have been actually Saturday. Shout out to the Robinsons. This is the 3rd time that they booked me. Pretty much.
Do I know those?
No, I think you know the Robinsons.
No, okay. I'm about to say, I feel like I worked in an event with you.
Yeah, 3rd time the Robinsons booked me, and this is my 3rd year of business, so that's pretty much an event each year. Y'all know we don't come cheap, so that's a lot of love. And then Alice, shout out to Alice Lewis Turner. Alice actually works with me. She was a client first. She's military, getting ready to retire soon. Super talented, very personable, and just kind of wanted, you know, something to pick up on, a little hobby or whatnot. So she worked a few events for me. Her wife decided for her birthday that she wanted to surprise Alice with a private 4-course dinner. So we did the darn thing for that, man. It's really special. But yeah, man, got some things in the works. Partnering up with Cosimo's to start doing some cooking classes more frequently, something we have been talking about.
Yeah, getting education rolling.
Yeah, man. So just putting words into action is a lot of what this vacation has been. Also, like I said, my girl just moved in. We got the 2 girls there as well. So learning how to be a family man, pretty much, man, which means, you know, no more DoorDash.
Yeah, pretty much. That was of course it's nothing but love, and you know, Kais and Cassie made it clear, hey dude, stay as long as you need to until you have everything real set. You know, well, the kids will survive, they'll do what they need to do. But your boy is not a family man. I may be responsible, I may be charming, I may be great, I may be strong, but I definitely do be hitting up that DoorDash every now and again.
Oh, yeah,
I definitely do be at the end of this episode, I'm gonna turn the camera so you can see my current living room, and you'll know exactly why. You know, I couldn't be there with that. But yeah, dude, we're rock and rolling. Today's episode, of course, is just gonna be an extended version of all these different things we just teased your way. So we're gonna kind of deep dive into that, let you know exactly what we've been up to, how we've been rolling, how we've been doing, and then from there, we're gonna be doing a little R&B for that Neo Soul Night event. Trying out some food items, some recipes, some other different things like that. But really quick, we gotta take a shot of coffee. You trying to get a warmer going?
Yeah, keep warm for the oven.
Yeah, I don't know why it don't work, but what I do is I just hit it to 350 and then cut it off.
Okay.
I was going to go down to 175 and it's gonna bake again. So yeah, new house, new ovens to learn how to work. You know how technology is. Every update makes it more confusing than the last. But to that end though, essentially, hold on, let's take these shots.
Yeah, you know, shots always make you think more fluently. So we're a little rusty, but the shots is all oily.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. Anyone in chat, feel free to type in some questions you want us to answer. See what we've been up to. See where we've been going.
Yeah,
I see some people are typing in there already.
Yes, sir. Boom.
And hey, guess what? First episode back, season 2 in a new studio space. Tell me that audio quality ain't feeling good. Tell me that video quality ain't feeling good. Oh, making a little spill of things.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about this shop, man. We kind of been
yeah,
little samples of it, but this thing is phenomenal, man.
Alright, so let's take this shot and then I'll dive in.
Talk about.
Yeah, I'll let the taste buds know what we got going on. Which also, how do you feel about calling our viewers the taste buds? Because they're our
The real
buds.
question is, how do y'all feel about it? I think it's
Yeah, that's true. Y'all gonna be the ones being called taste buds, not us.
salute. We're back, guys.
Oh, yeah, so good. Definitely need some more of that strawberry syrup. Alright, so Neo Soul Night, my first ever public event. Now, I debated back and forth. I overthought it a million different ways about what my first sort of exposure to the community would be, what my first sort of statement of who I am would be. And the more and more I thought about, man, what is it like to share my soul? The more I kind of started thinking more and more about entrepreneurship and the role it plays for me. And, you know, anyone who's ever tried to do their own thing can attest. The path of entrepreneurship, the path to doing your own thing, is a path into your own soul. So the first night had to be Neo Soul. We got spoken word by Miss Sacred Fantasy coming on.
Buddy, that's sis right there, man.
We got live music, live instruments, live whole thing, DJ the whole 9 yards. A really cool audio experience done by Alex Sutherland Music, otherwise known as DJ Impasta. For anyone who's ever enjoyed Howl at the Moon and their dueling pianos, he puts that together.
Nice.
For anyone who has ever really pretty much enjoyed any live music at any club setting downtown, this has been the guy to kind of thank for that, as he's been the sort of biggest mover and shaker in that, and he's going to be there for Neo Soul Night, because, you know, the Guild got resources, the Guild got people, the Guild has connections to give y'all the best experiences out there, and to add on to making it better than the best, you had to know who's going to come in and do the food. We got Chef Kais doing a pop-up out there to tap into his soul and show off. We got an artisan's alley from all these people that are showing their soul through their art. I got someone who's going to be making rugs live. I got someone who's going to be selling some canned cold brew that her and her husband make as a sort of non-profit, family-driven business, and all sorts of other artists lined up to make this a really, truly special kickoff to Labor Day weekend. And of course, your boy's going to be handling the bar. Well, my team will be handling the bar. I'll be overseeing the whole event. But to that end, we're starting to brainstorm some cocktails, some house shots, you know, the libations to get you creatively fluent and tapping into your own soul. And so what I played around with for my first house shot, let me pull out the thing with the bottle. Essentially, tapped into my old craft cocktail bartending and designed myself a little house shot. So what I got in here right now, what y'all can see, is actually a little bit of strawberries, a little bit of serranos leaking their way into some delicious tequila. So I'm making an infused tequila that I'm later going to restill or distill and to really infuse those flavors and trap them in. Of course, a little bit of simple syrup, a little bit of triple sec, and then I actually made a very strawberry sweet simple syrup made from some bitters. It's got a whole lot of flavor profiles going on to it, which makes these shots herbal, sweet, fruity, spicy, almost everything that the soul of San Antonio has to offer. Or at least that's the intention, you know?
Yeah, I like that. Nah, these shots have been getting me back in the groove, guys. So you definitely want to get here.
You gotta shake it off.
You gotta shake it off, man. You gotta wake you up a little bit. So definitely feeling the shock. But I guess I want to ask some more questions about the event, bro. So we'll get into that real quick. But let me tell you guys a little bit about what I'm gonna be cooking up for you guys. So Soul Night, right? There's a whole lot of cultures that, you know, go around San Antonio. Strong Hispanic cultures. One of the events one of the dishes that I do plan showcase will be a smoked chicken enchilada with a peach salsa. So that's going to be one of the one of the dishes. But the dishes that we're going to do tonight is actually going to be kind of my interpretation of a Cajun pasta. So we're going to have some nice rigatoni pasta, cooked perfect, al dente is perfection for me. We're going to have some nice seared chicken. I'm going to butter baste it with herbs, thyme, rosemary, and some lemon. And that's kind of how I like to do most of my protein, whether it's pork or fish. The herbs, the garlic, the lemon just really kind of help accentuate a lot of great flavors in the chicken. Also got some spicy andouille sausage. And then we got the Mirepoix going on, baby. We got some onions, some pepper, the celery, the parsley, the garlic, all of that stuff going into the pot. I'm going to reduce it down with a little bit of white wine, some heavy cream, some Parmesan cheese, served with a buttered ciabatta bread. So really hearty, something that's kind of getting us ready for the fall football season. You got a lot of great flavors going on to really help go with that. This would be a great dish to serve for football as well, family style dish. But I also got a little bit of kale too, because you gotta get your greens. You gotta get your greens in one way or the other. So that's what we got going on, man.
It's been so long since I heard this man talk about food in the sense of the Mirepoix. I forget how hungry that makes me, man.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Got me sitting there like, is it ready yet?
Are we there yet?
Hey, that's one of the hardest parts about our new format for the Mirepoix, is that I gotta wait for all this stuff to cook before I can start eating. Yeah, I told you, see.
This is what you're talking about?
I'm pretty sure, shoot. Yeah, we're still playing the game. Remembering whose is what, what's is whose, who needs what. It's been a fun time moving, but we are in a new house. Well, I'm in a new house. I'm now roommates with Agent Coke Zero. Helped him come on down from Washington. Patiently awaiting for our boy, the real Quincy Jones, to make it back, so we can have the boys' house. But yeah, so if anyone's looking to donate any furniture or anything, steady as she goes. If y'all want to say that the Neo Soul Night is a non-profit, you definitely can right here, because all that money is going to be to getting a comfortable home for your good friend Gilberto Casimiro Valdez Arias. But with that, we are, man, in the thick of it, bro, in the thick of it. So, okay, I know it kind of seems you've been cranking out these events, and then we've been kind of talking about how we getting back into the busy season. I feel like in a few weeks, bro, is our year of the Mirepoix.
Absolutely, man.
Y'all been riding with us for a whole year.
Yeah.
Listening to us, hanging out with us. I know a few people have been reaching out to me talking about how they need a few dishes of what we made because they're able to see us here in the kitchen.
Cocktails, all of that.
Yeah, it made me feel so bad. Because that message was, when are y'all coming back? I used to do so many of y'all's dishes, y'all's drinks. I was learning a whole lot from this. But we is back. We are here, coming back to you live every Monday. Whether it's this kitchen studio, the old kitchen studio, we'll always be finding a way to bring you this stuff. But last year, this time, we were talking about the harvest season.
Yeah.
And what we did to set ourselves up for this year's harvest, or what we would be doing for next year's harvest. How's that harvest looking like for you? I know we got an event planned. I know we'll talk a little later about some dinners we're planning on putting together. Now that the guild is kind of public, but like, what does we are in June right now? Is this what it normally looks like for you? Just jumping in the kitchen, just cooking? Do you have some plans you put out beforehand? Do you get inspired by the internet? What does your R&D for harvest typically look like?
Well, I always think about the client first. It's so funny that each experience is pretty much catered towards whoever is experiencing it. And that just makes it really unique. So I'm thinking the Soul Night, what's something that reminds me of soul? I think about New Orleans, the birthplace of the blues and jazz and all of that stuff. And Cajun pasta is just something that's really part of that culture out there. And anywhere all over the United States, you think about Cajun pasta, it takes you right to New Orleans. So you got the saxophone player, you got the poet that's going to be in the house. I'm like, you want to make some dishes that's going to really make people, really experience what that soul looks like. So that's why I wanted to do this pasta. And like I said, the other dish is going to be smoked chicken enchilada, which is more reminiscent of San Antonio's soul.
Of mi gente, dude. That's my people's food right there.
Yeah, with a mixture of the Chef Kaya soul. So nice little fusion going on there. And then also, man, who doesn't love pasta, man, with chicken and cream and all the good stuff?
I don't want to sound like a race trader or nothing, but you mentioned enchiladas, that got me mouth watering. And then you start talking Asian pasta, and just look at that. Oh my God. Dude, look at that sizzling. You see the rosemary, the lemon, the perfect color on them. And my alcoholic self is back here shaking cocktails. Hey!
Shake it up. But what inspired you to want to highlight soul for your first event, bro?
Man, dude, so it's just the more and more I thought about what is my first expression going to be, I found myself getting locked in the overthinking existence that, I'm sure I'm not alone in. I'm sure everybody would go through their own strife of overthinking and oversaturating themselves and, never acting because you're lost in paralysis of thought. That's how I've been feeling these past few months. I've been doing a lot of really successful things with private events, and I knew that I had to go public. I knew that I had to share this with everyone, but I kept being trapped in like, okay, well, what do I want to show? What do I want to show? Do I want to do a Mexican night? Do I want to do a big party? Do I just want to get people like a kegger, a rager? Like, what do I want to do? And the more I kept going through that question, the answer kept being, well, what is your soul? What is in your spirit? What do you want to do? And then with that is all kind of when it started coming together that, well, I know even though my greatest strength is the world of business, the reason that's my strength is because that's how my creativity shines. And so I knew first and foremost I had to do something that would allow me to treat it like a business. I had to sell tickets, I had to have expenses, I had to do something more than just asking people to donate or to help or to pitch in. I had to be able to give something of sustenance. And I thought, well, what would that product be? What would that sustenance be? And it all to me was screaming from creativity. And Kais had introduced me to the wonderful spoken word, poet, artist, creative soul, sacred fantasy, and that kind of got me going. Dude, shout out Sacred. She'll probably be tagged in this. If you go check out my Instagram, she's all over the place in there too. But it was one of those things that I was like, okay, that's it, the spoken word. Literally, that's my greatest skill. I'm a server by trade. I'm a bartender for a living. I'm a manager by excellence. I'm a leader by birthright, The spoken word rides deep in my soul. So, okay, that made sense, When it came to the music, I had to find the person I knew that does the best music that has been shaping what downtown San Antonio culture is. The music that, hell, I know your first few years out here in San Antonio were working downtown.
Absolutely.
All those best parties was there.
All at the Moon is just kind of one of those places that not only are they great for guests and people visiting, but they're big advocates of the industry. They always have industry nights, industry specials, things like that. So
no, and that's exactly where that came from was, all right, well, let me reach out to him. And for those that don't know Alex Sutherland by name, he is a very introverted person in the sense that he wants everyone else to shine. Like he was telling me, don't even put my name on the flyers or anything, man. Like, this is your event. I don't want to take away from it. Like, I want to just build yours up, and that's all I want to do. And that's his personality, which means I had to show him off even more, because I had to let everyone know, yo, this is what you've been missing. Because he's been active in this industry as long as I've been active in the industry, but he's been focused music, whereas I've been focused service and partying and events, and he's done a lot of great things here in San Antonio. Like I said, he put together Howl at the Moon, put together the whole music program, was a big part of a lot of these DJs that you now see all over downtown San Antonio, performing at all the different clubs and all the different events and all those different things. He had his hand in that. He's a music teacher. He helps out with the kids, and this man plays 1,500 instruments. And so he does like these live solos all the time, whether it is the saxophone, guitar, bass, whatever it might be. So I said, all right, let me get him in on this. And then I figured, when it comes to food from the soul, no one else's food makes my soul quite as happy as Chef Kais. So I reached out to him and asked him and said, hey, I'm trying to express my soul to the world through the different assets that I bring it to life with. And we sat, we talked. And thus, Neo Soul Night was born. Hit up that Eventbrite so I could make it public and known. And more than anything, this event is becoming, I'm treating it as sort of the challenge to how big can I go? How many people can I bring out? How many cool things can I put towards it? And more importantly, how can I approach every sense? Every physical, these are your 5 senses. How can I get in on that? And so, we gonna look good. We gonna sound good. We gonna taste good. We gonna feel good. And you better believe we gonna look good, sound good, look good. Whichever one I had a name give. Y'all got the drift.
You are. Those shots starting to kick in.
Jensen.
Boom. Yeah, y'all gotta get there, man. These beautiful, spicy strawberry shots. Fire, man. I could drink this as a cocktail.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it is. I'm planning to get a lot of really cool drinks, and man, I forgot how to do these, man. I'm just sitting here looking at the food, just like,
Yeah, man. Well, I want to say you mentioned some of the trials that's kind of come up from starting your first event, which is pretty much just self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Have there been any triumph moments that just makes you feel like, okay, I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing because this is happening?
Then I feel like it's all been a triumph, because it has been. I have been sitting comfortable behind my wall of excuses to not make any movements and to hide behind when I do it, it's going to be great because I've done it in the private sector, I've done amazing birthday parties for 75 people. I've done big, huge wine club events that have been for almost 1,000 people in a day. Like, for those that have been watching the Mirepoix, you hear me about it all the time. It's what I do. But this was finally, it's not someone else's Instagram, it's my Instagram. It's not someone else's Facebook, it's my Facebook. And most importantly, it's not someone else's event, it's my event. And kind of clearing away the long line of excuses has been the most triumphant thing for me. I mean, hell, for all the taste buds out there, how many times you hear me say, all right, Instagram coming soon, guys. Once I figure out what I'm going to post about, well, now I know. I'm posting about my event, who I am and how I bring this to life, and the people that are helping me do this beautiful thing. Oh, I'm going to have the website soon, but what am I even going to put on the website?
Yep.
I'm going to put who I am, the events I've done that qualify me to put on this event Neo Soul today. And that's been the most triumphant thing, is finally being able to answer these questions, to silence the haters, and to really build something that, is beyond what anyone else could ever give for me. It is something that I am creating with my own resources, my own talents, my own friends, my own everything.
Yeah.
It's
all you, bro.
Yeah, and that has been feeling so good.
Yeah, I gotta say I'm proud of you, man. This has been, like you said, one of those things that's been kind of, just taking a long road to a short place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is the most bars way I've ever heard that described. That is the biggest truth, though.
Trying to get there, and I think, he just really up and said, screw it, I'm gonna do it.
Yo.
I'm gonna put my money on the line.
Boy, did I put my money on the line.
Do whatever I need to do. I'm gonna just jump off the cliff, man. And, worst case scenario, I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no, dude, that's the real mentality that I've been kind of pushing in my head is, at the end of the day, I did it.
yeah.
But I will say there's a lot of anxiety because Kais is not exaggerating when he says I put a lot of money into this and I finally put my own money into this. I no longer have a savings account. I got a few maxed out credit cards, so
Scared money don't make no money though, man.
link right here. Look where I'm pointing. There it is,
Man, come support him because he definitely put
Right now,
his heart and soul.
And also, it is selling a lot quicker than I anticipated too. Because like, humble brag, humble mode is always like, hopefully I sell a few tickets today. And when we get through there, boom, the early bird sold out. And I'm like, okay. Early bird sold out a week before all their flying people. So, if it ain't a support, it's out of get your tickets now because we will sell out. And then also too, on the website you can sign up for our email list. So this event, the reason I chose the date I did was because Labor Day, as a laborer, we ain't never get Labor Day off.
Oh, never.
We were always working in every kitchen, working in every restaurant. Labor Day was a day off for everyone else except us. And I used to get so jealous of everyone that would go and, I'm gonna have a 4-day weekend, it's Labor Day, 5-day weekend, Labor Day.
Or even the people that put in their Labor Day request 2 years ago.
And so to that end, I decided I'm gonna kick off Labor Day for my peoples. I know most everyone is probably gonna be out of town, taking the kids to the beach, last hurrah before summer ends. Servers, bartenders, chefs, industry, the people that really shaped my soul, we ain't going nowhere. We got to park back in Saturday morning. So I did it on a Friday night leading up to Labor Day. That way my peoples could be partying and the people that have helped shape my soul can be there with me and with us to make some real pop. And I forgot to mention, September 1st, 6:30 to 9:30, it's going to be at Freight SATX. So just to give y'all the quick rundown, clip this if you want to. Neo Soul Night, first ever public event, featuring spoken word by Sacred Fantasy, featuring live music by Alex Sutherland Music, aka DJ Impasta, featuring the best food on the market by Chef Kais himself. And of course, this is a soul-driven event brought together through my soul, the Guild. You'll be able to see my team, my servers, my bartenders all in action. We're drinking cocktails tonight for it. It will be at Freight SATX. That is freight, as in you are moving freight with the train. It is downtown San Antonio. They have, I think, Gold Coffee Shop is there, and different things along those lines. Let me get y'all the address real quick. Don't worry, I won't do y'all dirty without giving you the address. The address is...
Y'all write this down now.
1913 South Florida Street, San Antonio, Texas, zip code 78204. Where my 204 fam at?
204, man.
So that's Neo Soul. That is what's going on. That's what's happening. I'm excited to try this food. I'm always excited to keep on drinking and having a good time because if you don't know how to do anything, it's to party. But, for those that have partied heavily in San Antonio, what do you think about the scene out here in San Antonio? The party scene, the event scene, the vibing scene. Not looking at the people, just looking at the events and the culture that is being produced through our world and our lens.
I think San Antonio is in a very pivotal point in terms of that, man. To whereas it was very one note, the things that you could really experience.
Reach.
And now I feel like with, the airport is getting ready to start expanding. We're getting some James Beard Award nominee restaurants and chefs in the city. Austin is expanding and spilling off into San Antonio. I think we're in a place where San Antonio is kind of getting further out from just being the small town in a big city, type of vibe.
That is the San Antonio vibe, though.
That is the San Antonio vibe, but you are putting on the soul night.
The weight on my shoulders.
Shout out to Kiati, who's a homie of mine. She's doing a lot of dope events in the city. She just did like a yacht party out in Lake Travis and sold out. So I think
San Antonio be kind of ready for it.
people are ready for it, man. People are ready
It's the next
for
move,
it.
and you definitely put it much nicer than I did. My answer to that question, waiting for my turn to talk, I was going to be, San Antonio party scene sucks. You put it a lot nicer by saying it's a one-note thing. But I think that's the best way to describe it is, you know what you're going to get. No matter where you go, it's going to be defined the same.
Yeah.
At best, yeah, that food was really good. At best, oh yeah, have some fun. And let's be real, really at its best, it's Fiesta. But even Fiesta, I'm not going to say it's fallen off, but Fiesta has become its own existence, and I love it for it. 2 weeks of just getting trashy and sloppy with all the hyenas you can find. I love it, sure.
You know what? I almost feel like Fiesta is way too commercialized in terms of it doesn't feel as authentic as it could, man.
And that's exactly what it is the authentic isn't the note we're playing in San Antonio. You know, the authentic exists as one-off things that you never talk about, you never support, you never see. I don't know if San Antonians hate Instagram and want to keep everything a secret, but like, I don't know, man. The way I feel about the San Antonio scene right now, and yes, this is the stir in the pot. This is us getting controversial. Feel free to talk your shit in the comments. But if you look at all the San Antonio influencers, it's always all the same things. It's the exact same restaurants, the exact same bars, looped and repeated and rinsed over and over and over again. And like you mentioned, there are a lot of people that are starting to do some cool events out and about. And, you know, that's the San Antonio I want to see, you know, because the people, you talk to these people. We love each other. We love talking. We love hanging out. We have all these grand ideas. You know, Chef Kais ain't the only chef out here. I'm not the only event planner out here.
Right.
But sometimes, you know, I feel like the scene just ain't caught up with what my hands can produce.
And that's why you got to be the one to produce it, man. That's why I said we're kind of like in the pioneer stage, which is the reason why anybody that knows my story, I've tried to leave San Antonio pretty much since I've gotten here. And not because I don't have love for the city, because the city has helped make me who I am today. I got a lot of love, a lot of amazing clients from being in San Antonio, but I've often have felt like a big fish in a small pond. And not discrediting anybody, you know, I would say that I am the best at what I do, but also there are a lot of other chefs who are the best at what they do. So kudos to you for doing your thing, but I feel like I could grow so much in another city because San Antonio actually exposed me to the style of cooking that I do now. And I just feel like if I were to go to a city like Atlanta, to where there's a bunch of big fish, you know what I'm saying? A city like New York or LA, just inevitably you become bigger because you have to become bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of people say, "No, man, you need to stay here because San Antonio is getting to that, and you will already be established as opposed to going to an established city trying to get reestablished. You know, amongst people that are already."
Dude, and
the top picks, you know?
There's a big part of me that sits on that ideology so much. That sits on, you know, at first it started as, well, when the market turns in San Antonio, I'm going to be at the forefront of it.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of morphed itself more into, well, let me be the leader. Because ultimately, I believe in new experiences give you new look and a new identity.
Yep.
You know, you mentioned moving to San Antonio is what exploded your flavors now that you use and sort of shaped you as who you are. I think that can be said about any big move.
Yeah.
Anytime you move to a new city or a new place or anything like that, I feel like that's the vibe and that's the set. Now, with that, I kind of encourage everyone to leave San Antonio, and then everyone always looks at me like I'm a hypocrite, and they're like, well, why haven't you left? And I'm like, I got love for the city, and I got love for these people, and as much as, yes, it's the easy way out to like stay in your hometown
Yeah.
and try to pick it up from there, I have traveled, you know, and I have gone around, and I have lived in different cities, explored different countries, been around the world in some regards. And to me, it's just about being that leader. You know, a big part of the guild is the people that have believed in me and have helped build me and have helped grow me are still around. They're young. And they're like, oh, well, you know, if you go to another city, we'll follow you. But at this point, I feel my commitment is to the city, and is to get it up, and is to show them that, don't worry, we'll be the best, and I'll teach, and I'll train, and I'll mold, and I'll move along every which way. And, you know, to that end, the Mirepoix has been a great tool for that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, between Coffee, Ashley, Adesua, all these people you've seen come through the show, you know, always walk away saying, hey, I feel like I'm better at what I do, or I feel inspired by hanging out with you and Kais. So, you know, I'll say it, open roll call. If you want to be a guest on the Mirepoix, if you want to learn about this industry, if you want to grow in your world and in your regard, and, you know, come vibe out with two of the coolest people on this earth, well, come on, do it. Come on and do it. We are here for you. That is why we exist.
Yeah, we want to diversify the crew as well, so we're probably looking for a female.
No, dude, that's the truth.
We need a little bit of feminine energy on the set here.
Yeah.
So,
dude, the woman's touch, bro. Man, back to the catch-up, back to the pre-shift, to the woman's touch. When Cassie and her kids started moving in,
oh yeah, it's a different world.
it was there were just so many specialized tools. The house was prettier. Things made more sense. And it was hilarious because it was the first time you could see how the male brain, or at least how mine and Kais's brain works. Everything was practical and everything was barren. There was no pretty, there was no fluff, there was no, I mean, it was comfortable.
Yeah,
but
which is
not
all we needed.
Yeah.
It wasn't homey.
Yeah. It definitely, you know, talk about soul. I feel like it kind of lacked soul. I mean, its soul was the fact that you could walk into that house and know 2 entrepreneurs live here. Yep. There's all their tools, there's their equipment. They use this for that, they use that for the third, they use this for the thing in between. But man, it's a woman's touch is necessary, and we would love to bring it onto the show. So if you have any experience, any interest, any sort of love for San Antonio or for this community or this culture of the service industry, whether it's San Antonio or not, whether your dream is to be here, to be there, let us know. Tag some people in the comments, reach out on our Instagram. I know we kind of talked about before about these big giveaways we had planned on our page, on the Mirepoix Instagram. Well, they're back. Definitely, you know, for all those that are commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing with their friends, there is a somewhat of a giveaway for some tickets for Neo Soul Night for those that have been viewing us. So reach out. Leave some comments, share and stuff. We're posting more. We will be posting more. We're at the beginning of a new season where we're going global. We're going to be touching all sorts of other cool stuff and other cool things and other cool ways. But dude, the Mirepoix is back, baby.
It is back.
You want to drink some news about it?
Tell me twice, ask me once.
Oh,
look at this, man. You gotta show the viewers these cocktails, bro.
I'm scared the flowers will sink. Mind if I take a picture with your phone?
Just make sure
Nice.
the camera's clear. You know, it kind of reminds me of Battle of the Flowers, bro.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
That is the first event I ever did when I moved to San Antonio was a Battle of Flowers parade. And obviously I didn't put it together. I was a child, but it was the first event that they make the kids here in San Antonio do, or probably not the first event, but the first event I did. And so that was a big inspiration for me, was the Battle of Flowers, was Fiesta. And I don't know if anyone remembers, I don't know if I got San Antonio natives in chat, but they make these elementary school kids. You get a shoebox, you put some wheels on it, You doll it all up, and then you drag it through school as if like you cool, like, check out my shoebox, don't not miss me on the parade. And yeah, like I said, it was the first event I ever did. So again, looking into the soul of everything, that was what I had to be doing. But yeah, let me go take it to the camera now. I just had to give me some photos, some photos.
Oh yeah.
I'll also let this serve as video proof. Android is not as good as iPhone when it comes to doing cool things like this. So, sorry y'all had to discover it live on the Mirepoix, but it is what it is.
You didn't even have to say that it's not as good as doing things like this. You just say it's just not as good, and just left that be the.
No. Android's better in a lot of ways. Dude, this camera quality. Can we plug an iPhone into it? But I got some edible flowers in there. As I mentioned, it's an infused tequila, some infused spirits, a very fruit-forward, simple syrup, and then we're getting a lot of herbal and floral notes into it to make the Battle of Flowers margarita.
There you go, man.
And the house shots, a little strawberry serrano tequila. Just tap into some of that experience I've been giving them, you know?
Nah, it smells.
Dude,
Taste. Smells, taste, man. We're back in here.
Oh, dude,
We're back
I
in
wish you
here.
could smell what I'm smelling.
Yeah, guys. So we did some. I said saute some garlic, some peppers, some celery. Use a little bit of white wine and deglaze the pan and let that reduce. Added some heavy cream, some Parmesan, rinds, and had some peppers and sausage earlier. That's going on with in the pot now with the sausage, and I'm gonna cut up this chicken that we butter basted with the rosemary and thyme, and it's a lot of love in this pot right here, man. I gotta tell you.
Hold on, let me... Y'all know how long it's been since I've had a camera in my hand recording Kai's cook some food? It has been far too long.
Yes.
Because I will say this, I finally feel like I have made it out of a very so many months long depression or battle with it.
Oh yeah.
And like, I don't know, there's a whole lot of world to talk about mental health, especially in the service industry. I'm sure we've given y'all episodes based on just that. I'm sure you've heard us talk about it a lot because mental health is something that's very important, especially when your entire business is making other people happy, not yourself. And all the challenges that come with it, man. And like, you know, I really feel that my depression was coming from a place of, I know I wanted more for the guild. And that is why this past month that I've been really finally clearing the clutter that is my brain. And you know, in some way, moving into an empty house really helped me like, shed the weight of just all the things that were cluttering everything. Like, my vision seems clear, my purpose seems driven and intentional, and it's just, man, it's
A little bit of chef treat right there, man.
I remember what I was saying, good food is too good. Man, and on that note, what I was gonna say is, the key to breaking those times of feeling bad is to not allow the excuse.
Yeah.
I don't want to quote him or nothing, but who's gonna carry the boats? You know, and I don't know if it's the same for women, I don't know if this is just a man thing or what, but when I started doing things, when I started forcing myself to do it, I started feeling so much better. Like, Kai's can attest to it, my last 2 months at the house, I was a ghost. I was a rat. I was living in the walls. You never saw me, never heard from me. The only time you see me is if I was on my way to go do something. And what I was doing was very, very little. So, that is, you know, my advice. Do shit. Do stuff. put together badass events, go into debt to make Neo Soul Night of San Antonio to show the city how much you love it, because when you give love, you receive it back, and when you give love, you love yourself, and you feel good, and man.
Yeah. I'll say, definitely do stuff, man. They say an idle brain is the devil's workshop. Every time when you're like feeling yourself in a slump, that's usually synonymous to you just not doing anything at all. Like, stay active, man. Cause I was also pretty much in the same vibe, bro. The energies were just completely off, and there was no point of reference. Nobody died, you know. Work was work.
Yeah.
Only thing that I could just feel was just I was just feeling a little lost outside of my passion. But one thing I've noticed a lot of, I guess, life gurus say, you know, sometimes when you think you're depressed, you're just really resting. Like the grind that we did all last year up until the point now, it's been pretty much non-stop. We've been on go, go, go. What's next? What's next? What can we do to continue to elevate? And it just almost seemed like, you know, we did a lot of things that we said we were going to do. You know, you got the business going. I got my celebrity client. Websites up, businesses up. You know, certain things that we had made claim to came true, and it's just like, now, man, what's next?
Yeah.
So sometimes life makes you sit down just so you can get back into season 2, man.
You know what I was telling my buddy when we were driving back, or once we got back, was, you know, the human body is exactly like a car. If you don't make time for maintenance, your car will. If you don't make time for maintenance, your body will. Whether it's feeling exhausted at the top of the stairs, whether it's I'm so stressed, my body's so cramped and destroyed, I literally can't move, whether it's feeling sick or getting the flu, if you don't make time for maintenance, your body will, your car will, your whatever will, if you don't take care of these things. And I definitely spent a lot of time not doing any maintenance, and just like you said, shit, neither of us did.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time pushing, driving on max, only ever pulling over for refueling purposes. But hey, it got done, and we don't keep on moving. It was a good month and a half of vacationing, of relaxing, of meditations, and now we are. God damn, dude, is it? I just want to eat it. It looks so good.
It's coming, bro.
Oh, dude, you know I'm impatient.
Hey, it's
so good. It's so good, man. So I guess I'll take the time now for the shameless self plugs. Of course, Instagram at the Mirepoix podcast, YouTube at the Mirepoix, where you're watching it right now. My personal self, you can find me at Gilly V with double underscore at the end. You can find him it's at Chef Kais, or at Chef Kais.
Or at the chefkaisexperience.com.
At the chefkaisexperience.com. You can definitely, again, buy your tickets down below. You can book them on his website. You can shoot him a DM. You can interact with us any which way you want. Please, as always, just push the buttons. Like, that's it. Just push the buttons on Instagram, push the buttons on Facebook, push the buttons on YouTube. Like, comment, share, subscribe, save it. Do whatever you can, because, like, honestly, bro, it is so easy to push them buttons.
Yeah.
You just push the like button. You just hit the comment button. You just hit the subscribe button. I promise you, even on YouTube, you can now hit subscribe, don't notify me when they publish stuff. You can hit subscribe, hide from my feed. You can literally show support just by pushing these buttons. And I promise you, we'll give you every excuse to do so. If you do hit that bell for notifications, I promise you, we only produce quality stuff. If it ain't gonna be quality, we ain't out here doing it. And ain't it funny how we produce quality after quality, week after week, and we back, baby.
So we just wanna
I'm about to take another shot.
Oh yeah, pour it up, man.
Don't worry, it's already in there. It's already in there.
So, what other shots can they expect? Is this pretty much the house shot of the evening?
Nah, so I'm gonna give them 2 house shots. I'm going.
You want to get there for that shot, man. I promise you. No cap, bro. Y'all want to taste this shot, man.
That's true. It's what I do. So I got 2 house shots for you. I'm playing around with this first one, which is kind of capturing the soul of San Antonio, a city that played a big part in raising me, so to sense. I've been here since I was like 11 or 12, so this city has played a big role in my life. And the other shot is going to be based more about my personal experience, so you can expect a lot more of an Asian influence to it. You can expect a lot more funky liquors. Gonna play around with using some liqueurs, kind of making my own brandy. Got a whole lot of things planned up to give you. This bad boy is your aperitif, getting you ready to get excited, ready to party, ready to go off. And then I'm gonna sort of create a digestive too. Random story time. When I was in high school, luckily my mother's on a cruise right now and is not watching the episode, but when I was in high school and I worked at Bill Miller's, I was like 16 at the time, 15. My coworkers and I started a fight club because one of our coworkers was in college, he had his own apartment, and he loved to see people fight. So we started a fight club, and one day I had to fight someone that was way out of my weight class, way too big. He was like 6'8", just fucking... Needless to say, I got knocked the fuck out. The fuck out! Dude, I got a concussion, I'm pretty sure, that day, because I don't remember nothing. The whole night, memory gone. But my memory kicks back in when I'm taking a Jaeger bomb.
Oh, wow.
And mind you, I'm like 15, 16 at the time, but whatever, life is good, life is fun, and ever since then, Jaeger had a special place in my heart. As I grew older, and as I made my way into the industry, I started learning about aperitifs, digestives, and the fact that while Jaeger may be seen or viewed as a party drug, or party liquor, like, let's be real, Jaeger and Red Bull is like the sign of a college party. There's so many other licorice-based liqueurs and cordials and different things like that. So I'll probably be tapping into some of that to produce a nicer digestive, something a little classier for that end. I'm gonna go with 3 different cocktails. So like I said, I'm experimenting right now with that Mexican part of my soul. I'm probably going to be doing a soul city based off the time, you know, I was trapped in the world of Korean culture and Korean barbecue and Korean things. And playing a riff off of that. I'm also going to type into just the vibes and the art and the purple and the gold that's going to be existing there that night. And then from there, of course, I'm going to have beer, working on a sponsor for that so we can get some cool locally made beer that will be available for y'all to try and hopefully help highlight someone else with it. Wine, let's just hold it up. Let's just hold it up. Fucking the sugar daddies themselves, the best client that the guild has. If y'all want to compete them for that slot, I wish y'all the best of luck, and I hope that you do succeed, because right now they are my biggest client. They've given me a lot of, what's it called when someone hypes you up?
Gas.
A lot of confidence, a lot of gas. And so they're going to be slinging some of their wines there. We're going to have a VIP lounge that's actually sponsored by a local event supply shop. Her name is Rainy, and she has all the linens you could ever want, all the furniture. She's helping sponsor that, of course, with the help of Slate Theory. And so it's going to be a cool night. It's going to be really cool stuff. And it's kind of what I got planned for drinks and more so overall vibe.
Y'all, we had to do it.
Yeah.
Y'all know how to get a shot in.
Cassie, if you're out there, Delaney, Maddie, if y'all are watching, I'm gonna do my best to make sure there's no leftovers. Good luck, cause my God,
it's crazy, man.
Not that boy just don't miss.
It's just, that's one thing I always appreciate the Mirepoix, man. It is a time to kind of get creative, really be able to showcase what we do, man.
Yeah, it's R&D. And you know what's funny? The last episode we made, y'all can go watch episode 40. Dude, episode 40, bro. Episode 40, y'all can go watch it. It was when Adessel was putting together a dinner featuring Slate Theory's wine, and so we were able to turn it into a Mirepoix event where she came out. We did a wine tasting. You got to walk through essentially 3 different brains on how wine tastings work, different inspirations. If you haven't seen episode 40 yet, please make sure to go check it out, as well as any of our other episodes as we work to continue developing this stuff for you. But you hit the nail down on the head, bro. The experiments, the learning, the R&D. Go!
Here you go, guys. Right.
Ho, 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 ho.
Garlic bread, some rosemary and thyme, butter basted chicken, spicy andouille sausage, and a little bit of seared lemon to kind of cut out that richness, man. We not that we want to cut the richness, but we cut the richness. Catch my drift, man. So
Hey, it's called balance, baby.
it's called balance, and this is going to be. Oh yeah, let's do it over here, man. It's more space.
Oh, yeah.
Lighting.
Hey, guys, remember, it's a new studio. We're still figuring out all the different ways it works.
Figuring out the ins and outs. But yeah, man. So
Side work, bro. I got so much side work this week.
Let's first explain what our side work is now.
So,
The new segment of side work is pretty much it's our mustard.
yeah. You know, we would always catch all up on what we've done in the past, and we used to call it catch up. And then we kind of sometimes called it mustard when we would tell you what we're going to be doing this next week, or what goals we have, or what we're working on. Just to kind of let y'all know the behind the scenes of how the guild operates, how the Chef Kai's experience operates, and things like that. And it definitely is one of those moments where we've decided to actually make it an official segment, give it a interesting name, make it fun. Now we call it side work.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, in restaurants, and honestly, you can probably take it and apply it to just about any job, side work are the things you do to set yourself up for success. Whether it's opening side work and you're getting the restaurant set up, whether it's running side work and you are maintaining what the restaurant needs to be successful, or whether it is closing side work and it's you setting yourself up for success on the next day. This is our side work. This is what we're going to be working on the next week. These are the goals we have in mind, and just the different ways that we are setting ourselves up for success. And your boy definitely does have a lot of side work. While Kai takes the pictures before we take a bite on in, our side work, my side work, is this week. If y'all want to come hang out with me, you're going to catch me downtown. I'm going to be drinking, I'm going to be eating, I'm going to be schmoozing, interacting, I'm going to be politicking, and most importantly, I'm going to be passing out flyers for Neo Soul Night. As much as you know, we sold out of the early birds, and I'm sure we'll sell out of all our regular tickets, and social media is the way to go, everything now. And yes, I am boosting the ads. Sorry if the spam appears in your stuff. I'm going to be in your Facebook timeline, I'm going to be on your Instagram timeline. You're going to find me on Twitter, or you're going to find me with your ex, rebrandings, whatever it might be. But ultimately, I'm an old head. I like calendars, I like calculators, I like flyers, I like the old school methods, driving a manual transmission, even though I know the future is much easier. So I'll be doing it as nothing more than just something fun for me to do, to go and meet people, shake their hand and say, "Hey Jeff, how you doing? My name's Gilbert, I'm gonna be having this cool little Neo Soul Night. You know, what are events that you go to in San Antonio? Can I see you there? Do you want to buy your ticket now?" And once again, buy your ticket now. Neo Soul, bump, 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 bump. You can scan the QR code, just take a picture of it. You can go to theguildtx.com or theguild.net. Make it as easy as I can for you. Oh, Oh man, that'd be looking too good. Alright,
Let's get it in.
yeah, dude, hold on. What's your side work, my friend?
So, I got a few events at a ranch coming up. So, just sending invoices, getting the menu set, finalize the full menu for Soul Night. And really wanted to revamp my menus.
Yo.
So, I like to give a fresh menu every year. And I'm just kind of feeling that bug coming around. And for me, I can't just like sit down and write a menu. I have to take my time and really get deep, get some inspiration. So that's a whole project in itself. Just finding the motivation to get ready for this new chapter 2 of the Mirepoix, man. We got some great things coming up.
Yo. And as always, thank y'all so much for tuning in with us. Thank y'all for watching the Mirepoix. Thanks for being our taste buds.
Oh yeah.
If you don't like the credits, you can leave now. There's just roll credits. Cause when the food's this good, you don't do much talking. Oh God!
It's a wrap.
God damn! Come buy this. Come buy this at Neo Soul Night. Neo Soul.
You're gonna want this.
Boom.
You're gonna want this whole meal, man. Drinks included.
Mm-hmm.
Get a cheers to that, bro.
Bro.
Yo.
Oh.
That's our first episode of season 2, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in.
It's just the flavors.
It's too good.
They're battling in my mouth. They're going for it. It's
You need 4 arms right now, is what it is.
boom.
You literally need 4 arms.
And real quick, y'all will be able to see this at the event, but it's crazy. Without him telling me what he was planning on cooking tonight, without me telling him what I was planning on making tonight, it still pairs so well. The sip makes you want the bite makes you want the sip, the flavors clash and enhance and build up on each other. Wow, I am playing, bro.
I'm gonna need a nap. This is soul food right here, guys. So, y'all get your tickets. We'll see you again next Monday. Thank y'all for tuning in, and
There it is.
see you next time, guys.
We out. Dude, I cannot get over this food. My God.
Get your buddy, man. Tell him to come get him for dinner.